Hey guys, this is Francois from Production Music Live, and today I'm working on this track, or this remake of a track by Tinlicker. It's actually a remix for RY X Dawn, and I recently listened to a set that was played by Tinlicker at Above and Beyond Group Therapy Anjunadeep 350 live from Prague or something like that. And they're playing a great set there with a lot of great tracks. Actually, after listening to the set, I had the feeling I want to sort of remake a few of them because they were so interesting. And with this one here particularly, I like the bass line together with the plucks, and it kind of reminds me of the early 2000s like chicane songs, and on top of that you have these really nice strings, but I was more interested in the bass line, the plucks, and how that stuff works together. So what I have here so far is the actual original audio from RY X Dawn. It's just a few strings playing together in a really nice instrumentation. And if I'm taking this off, then we can listen to what this video or what I'm working on right now. I'm not taking too much of a look at the strings at the moment. You can see the strings group here is off. I'm more interested in the electronic part. So this stuff, and in particular, I'm interested in the way that kick and bass are playing together. You can also just solo the bass here quickly. And if you listen to it now, the bass sounds really harsh. It sounds kind of overdriven, and it feels like the drive amount of this filter, for example, is too harsh. But I have the feeling that in the mix, it shouldn't be too little of this, because if you play everything together, it's a bass that's designed to stand out. Well, that's the pattern. Super interesting. There's no groove applied here. We just have, these 4 bars, and towards the end of the bar, we are stepping up a little, and then we are remaining constant for another 3 bars and stepping up a little more. And so it feels like it's always uplifting you a bit further, even if it skips back half of an octave right here. And our plucks are playing B and D here. And we are not playing the exact same pattern. As you can see, we are a bit early with the plucks here. And this effect of the bass sometimes being a little late compared to the pluck actually makes it more interesting. It sounds a bit more boring, for example, if this bass note here is playing together with these plucks at the same time. And this kind of adding to the groovy feeling that makes you want to dance right away here with this track. Yeah, and we are using a simple synth Pluck here in Serum, and then a lot of effects processing on this one to have it a bit wider with the chorus, and then a little bit of filtering on top here, and some delay. And this is the low cut filter, this is the high cut filter. They're kind of automated, and then a shorter reverb on it. Yeah, and we are combining this with like typical sounds, typical for Tinlicker actually. I noticed they do this kind of stuff here a lot. This is basically very simple, but it's creating atmosphere to fill up the frequency range. And then a high sustained lead note. And then we have the background pad sounds here. Very simple as well. They're going, how are they going? This way. So pretty simple stuff. I'm redoing this here on the reverb Philips. And this one is here to fill up the higher frequencies. So whatever is not covered here with this one, adds a bit more of the hiss to the track. And then we have the fifth here and a key zone piano. It's a free piano plugin. If you ever need a free piano, check out the Keyzone Classic. In a few Ableton templates, I'm using this one so everybody can follow along without like massive contact libraries being used. And here, a bit more high frequency Atmo, and I think this one is again for hiss. Okay, so we have a lot of these. You could even argue if that's a little too much, something we have to decide when properly mixing that thing here. But in my opinion, and from what I hear when remaking those tracks, this is the trick how to make your stuff sound much more professional. Because if we were to not play these additional instruments right here, it's just sounding a little bit more empty. I mean, it's not a bad track that way, but it sounds basic, and it would sound even more basic if we were to deactivate a few of those hi-hat elements here, which we are adding in, I don't know, all sorts of things here. These two are off. And here we have a clave. And this one is always interesting. Makes your kick appear more snappy. And super typical, by the way, for Tinlicker's style is this thing. Pick up a lead sound, Serum, for example. What's going on? Come on over to the beginning and pick up a lead sound with Serum. This is a very simple one right here, and just play it every bar. Yeah, and you can see we are building up tension here in the break. I'm still playing it without the violins. And in this case, for these plucks here, I'm low cutting them over time. And at the same time, high cutting them over time. So they kind of disappear in the middle. And at the same time, we are trying to build up a little bit of tension with this chord here. Actually, with the more powerful brother here. And as you can see, there's a 60-second decay time reverb on top of this. And of course, we don't want to have our drop be occupied by it. Oh, how do we do that? Here. We're actually using this utility here to control the gain to make sure it's not killing our groove when we are dropping right here. Yeah, so I really like this style. It's super positive and nice and housey. And I think I'm going to work a bit more on this one here and then make a longer in-depth tutorial on PML as well. Let me know in the comments what you think would be interesting to mention over there. And well, I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.